Now, speaking of pro-life billboards,
Dun, dun, dun,
we have not yet talked about this on the podcast, but this is actually pretty cool.
Yes.
We got to put up a pro-life. Well, we've had a pro-life billboard going on in Fresno for a while that we designed. It's like an educational billboard. It's this rotary thing that goes around to like 5 different billboards.
Well,
around
it's
Fresno.
it's actually about 6 or 7.
Okay.
And
what we did with that was we had a picture of a baby, and it said heartbeat at 22 days, brainwaves at 40 days, but life begins at conception, or something along those lines. So just kind of educational, lets people know about these important facts. But then this cool thing happened while we were outside of 40 Days for Life. Why don't you tell us that story, John?
Well, I'm really excited about this. It is a local Fresno thing, but it's something to think about for any of our listeners who have any sort of an abortion clinic in their community. You might want to look into this. And this has been something it's generated a lot of interest around our community. We were out there in front of the clinic for 40 Days for Life, in front of Planned Parenthood. And we were sitting there thinking about different things. And, this was my, first year that I'd done something with a billboard. And about 6 months before was when we had actually signed up for it. So I kind of was familiar with how you go about getting billboards and calling billboard companies and everything. And I noticed directly across the street from Planned Parenthood, there was a billboard. And it looked like it was kind of old. It looked like it was starting to peel, but it looked like it was definitely in use. It just had been up there for a while. So I called our representative. It was by the same company that we had our other billboard from. I called our rep and I said, hey, is this billboard available? I gave him the number, and he said, let me check. And he said, yeah, it's actually available right now. The contract's expired, and you can go ahead and sign up for it whenever you want to. And I said, okay, well, put us down. We'll get you a deposit later this week or today if we need to. So we were able to secure that billboard, and it took us...
And where is this billboard?
This billboard is literally, if you are from coming in Fresno, if you're driving down the street...
No. What is it across from?
It's across from Planned Parenthood.
Yes.
And the reason I was going to say geographically, the street that Planned Parenthood is on in our community is a one-way street, which means that you have to literally drive towards the billboard. You have to drive almost past the billboard to get to Planned Parenthood. But you can see it. All the clinic workers that come in every day can see it.
Yeah.
Everybody driving past Planned Parenthood can see it.
So how did you guys decide what to put on the billboard?
That was actually interesting because I started, John kind of gave me the task of designing the billboard, and I started looking to see if other people had done billboards across from abortion clinics or in front of abortion clinics, and there's been almost none. There's been all this market research done to figure out how to reach a woman who has just figured out she's pregnant. It's like the option line, pregnant, scared, need help, here's a number to call or whatever. But the problem is that's not typical of a woman who's walking into a Planned Parenthood. A woman walking into a Planned Parenthood is already figured out, not only is she pregnant, she's already decided on the abortion.
Right.
And so you need something different. And
not very likely to pick up a phone number.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, it may call a number, but it's not just pregnant and scared. It's like she's decided to have this. And that's a common misconception among pro-lifers. So since the market research hadn't really been done on how to reach this more narrow demographic of a woman who's walking into an abortion clinic that day to have her abortion, I kind of had to do some market research, and obviously wasn't as vast as what Option Line has done, but I started calling people from all over the country. We've got pro-life leaders, post-abortive women, college students, what would reach you, and I got about 20 different, suggested messages, and we met with the local pregnancy care center, and we picked one, and so the billboard we've got has a picture of an unborn baby, and it says, my heart starts beating at 22 days, it's not too late. And then it's got a number on it so people can call and get to the local pregnancy care center. So I think that could be really, really effective. I want to do some surveying and different things later to see what are the people that actually work on that street. Do they notice it, and what do they think of it? And we've got it for, 12 months, and we're going to keep on.
At least. We're going to try and renew it perpetually. I don't know if there's limits legally or just from the company as to how many times you can renew it, but if we can, we're going to have it up there forever.
Yeah, exactly. Or until Planned Parenthood closes.
Yes.
Okay. So how possible would it be maybe for a private person to purchase a billboard?
Oh, it's easy. You just have to have the money.
Oh, yeah.
And the amazing...
And if you want the artwork, we'll give you the artwork. If you like what we did here, we'll give you the artwork that we use for this.
And I'll tell you, for all of you out there who are thinking, man, I just don't know. This seems so expensive. I don't know if I could do it. I will tell you that when we were looking at billboards early in 2008, it can be very expensive. There were some billboards that we were looking at that were about $1,000 a week. So every year, that's
Right along an
$52,000.
interstate, or-
Yeah, right along the freeway or something like that. $1,000 a week, and it can certainly be that expensive. However, don't get discouraged. The incredible thing with this billboard, if you live in a small community and you really want to do something like this, we were able to get this billboard for only $500 a month.
That's awesome.
I mean, just
Wow.
think about
For
that.
advertising, that's incredible.
It's just over $100 a week. And if you had friends and family that were able to donate, I mean, imagine you get 10 people that are willing to give $50 a month. There's your billboard.
Yeah.
And imagine the impact that this could have if you bring it to your community.
Yeah.